Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. Great guest. We've been had so many great guests coming for so many months now, but today we have a friend of mine and a colleague of mine, Matt Williams. He's the owner of Blackbird Farms Brewery with that fine hat. Matt, my friend, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So now you got to tell me a little bit. I don't think I've even asked you this. You got the Blackbird Farms Brewery, awesome logo, displaying it in front of the taps. Is there any story behind the Blackbird Farms Brewery, or you just like blackbirds?
Yeah, I do. I like all birds. But yeah, of course, our thought was, just have something kind of fun and friendly. We're not too serious over here at the brewery. I always tell people at the end of the day, we're just making beer and selling beer. It's not. We try not to overcomplicate things, and we take that approach with everything. But certainly our name, we just wanted something fun, friendly. I joke with people when they come in the front doors. I say, "Oh, you haven't seen the farm out back," and we get a chuckle here and there. But I think the key is, someday down the road, we do hope to buy some property and put a farm brewery up in North Georgia. That'd be a lot of fun for us. So we just started with the name first, and we'll figure out the farm later.
Well, I like it, man. I'm a marketing guy, so I don't think even you and I have ever discussed that before, but it looks good. The hat looks good. So, well, tell our audience, for those who don't know you, a little bit about you and your family. How you, what you do, and then how you got into this next endeavor you're into.
Yeah, so I'm a lucky guy. I've been in the craft beer industry for 20 years, and it's I can't think of another industry that I'm more proud of, and certainly more. It's such an enjoyable industry. You hear it a lot amongst people inside the industry, but everyone's really friendly, and like I said before, we're making beer, drinking beer, we're having a good time. I did dabble in some other industries, wine industry, and certainly done sales for a while. So, but I always just came back to the brewing industry, and it was just such a big part of my early 20s, learning how to brew beer up in Wisconsin, here in Georgia. I worked for a brewery called Dogwood Brewing Company. Those who have lived around here for a while know about Dogwood. It was one of the earlier pioneers in the industry in the state of Georgia. I cut my teeth up in Wisconsin, here in Georgia, and lately been helping a lot of other breweries get started and get going. So I'm excited to launch my first brewery, my own project, if you will, and it's been really exciting. From design to layout to working on our beer garden that we hope to have ready this fall. So yeah, we're so excited, and we're really excited to have people in here at some point. Hopefully mid-May is our target right now. We have a few more license things to get through, a few more hurdles, but we're really excited about getting people in here and sharing beer and fellowship and really get those conversations started. We've spent a whole year not having a lot of conversations with people, and I can't wait to get and start dig back into that. So.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I was just sitting there looking at the calendar, and I think the World Health Organization, by the time this show airs, we'll be pushing 14 months of this, and so I know, we're going to come into the second place. This sense of community is going to be key, but I don't know if anyone I told you, for my leadership doctorate dissertation, I'm studying, small businesses that are successful in the first 5 years and those that don't make it 5 years. And believe it or not, it's 50%. That's pre-COVID. So Lord only knows what that even means. So, but you've been dealing with, opening a business during COVID, literally, working on opening it, as other people have as well, or raising money during COVID. I mean, got a lot of entrepreneurs in different industries that right now are trying to figure out, hey, maybe they lost their job and they want to start something. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I know there has to be some passion and perseverance with this, because a good idea is not enough, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, I agree. It's been challenging in some aspects, and then it's been it's been easy in some regards as well too. And I'll share both of them with you. But yeah, I think being idle during the last year. I was doing consulting with other breweries, and it started to dry up a little bit on me, and everyone, people just didn't have the money to spend on extra help, and so that kind of directionally pointed me into getting my own brewery going, and we live, my family and I, we live 8 to 10 minutes away from here, so it really became a, let's not travel out in this big world. Let's create something in our backyard for our local community. The area around here, I think, has needed a brewery, has certainly wanted something local, independent, somewhere where they can go hang out and again, create new friendships and have fun drinking beer and sharing what their week was with their neighbors. So the difficult part is just getting everyone to buy in, right? Like people are afraid to spend money in some cases. 6 months ago or a year ago, I think we're on the other side of that now. We're pretty close, but talking to investors, because I was idle, because I wasn't actively doing quite as much consulting, again, it just got to a point where I talked to my wife and I said, what do you think? Should we give this a go? And she said, yeah, you should. I know you love it. It's your passion. It's your whole career.
Hold on, I got something for you. Look,
yeah.
Right here. Okay, see if you can read this. All right, hold on. Let me interrupt your thought. Here we go. Can you see it?
I like that. Yeah.
This is what my theory, my dissertation is: passion and perseverance, long term. It's called grit. That's what you got, my friend, because that's what's making you do this crazy stuff and deal with all the inspector. I'm just saying, but it's a theory that I'm putting a lot of time into, but it's I think what you're about to explain.
Yeah, agreed. It's you need a moment to reflect, right? Like, how do you get to these decisions in your life? In any decision, you need a moment to reflect. You need things around you to kind of slow down, and that's exactly what happened over the last year. Everything slowed so far down, that it gave me certainly time to think, well, what's the next few years look like? What's the next 10 years look like? And that with my family, decided to get a brewery going. And listen, we sat around the pool this past summer because we had nowhere to go this summer, and we talked to some of our neighbors and some friends, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about this, and I was so happy to hear that some of the investors, or all the investors that are part of this, are my friends, and they're family friends. They're people I met at church. They're people I met at the park, doing soccer with the kids, and that's the most rewarding part so far is just the people around me and the ones that trust me to do this and support me, and that was the fun part of raising the money. And it's not always great asking somebody for a check, and everyone's worked hard for their money, and that's not always the fun part, but when you get people that trust you and care about you and want the best for you, and as do I for them, it turned out really special, and I'm really proud of the people that we collected and that are a part of this with me. So.
Yeah, and I think that's us. That's it, and that's why I was this seminal theory of the passion and perseverance. Because people a lot of times get passionate, excited about something, but they don't have the wherewithal to stick with it long enough to make it work. Because I mean, like you said, you've been grinding for a long time now. You're getting, about the 5-yard line, still got us a few hoops to jump through, So that's why it's people can sit in the sidelines with any business and go, well, they should be open by now. Well, everything's not under your control. You got to do it. But being able to stick with it and go for it and have your friends and family and community in the corner. You know, I've been in the corner since, you know, seeing it day one. I mean, it's just fun to see it evolve, and I've gotten to come see it. Great place, and you know, and I remember one of the first times you and I met, Matt. You were showing me you've got some game tables. So I'm playing with my water bottle. Got some game tables you found from I guess back up north that are I've never seen in my life. They're so cool. I mean, there's some really cool stuff there.
Yeah, we're all about high engagement. When you come to this brewery, we want you to be engaged. Whether that's certainly the beer. You know, we expect to make world-class beer. And we want you to enjoy the beer and be engaged with the new styles that come out. But we also, we have some fun games. I drove up. It's a fun story. I drove up to almost to Chicago. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get in the car tomorrow and drive up and buy this game. And she said, what? Luckily, she played this game with me up in Ohio, up in the Midwest. And she was like, well, I love the game. So I'm glad you're getting it. I'm just surprised you're going to get in the car for 10 hours to get it.
Dude, that's
when you fall in love with something, you go get it, right? And
well, that's
just like this brewery.
No, I was gonna say that's the perseverance part. I mean, man, you know, it's not fun to get in your car and drive that far to get something and drive right back. But if you're determined to do it, yeah, and I got to play that with you. That's an awesome game. And there's other things like it. And I just think, you know, it's this thing starts to, you know, open the doors. The show's community connection. So this could be somebody listening in Wisconsin or Illinois, but we happen to be in this Gwinnett area, and I just think what's the word I'm looking for? I know you want to, I'm going to let you say it. You want this to be a sense of community, a center where people could come and even do things beyond the brewery when the brewery's not open. You were mentioning maybe, hey, somebody wants to do some yoga or something. What do you kind of envision for them to be able to use when the hours of the brewery aren't open?
Yeah. I mean, during the week, we're going to open at 4:00. So we have really the whole day. And we have a cool space, right? We have, big tables that we can push together and do meetings and do small huddles with sales teams. And we have the ability to, the goal always was to create this space like an accordion, right? Like, the back and forth of an accordion. We can move tables around and create an open space for yoga at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. Or we can have a 2:30, sales meeting, with 20, 30 people in here, and then that rolls into happy hour at 4:00 when we open. So we want this place to be wide open for the community to come in, pitch their ideas to me, and we'll figure out, a fair rate, and we'll get after it together, which is really the key is making sure that the community knows this space is theirs. It's theirs to come with ideas and to plan things and have meetings and events and birthdays and all kinds of fun stuff here. We're gonna have root beer for the folks that don't always drink beer. My daughter helped me name the beer or the root beer. It's called Little Llama Root Beer, and it's a great little story. She was getting ready to go to bed. I went upstairs to say goodnight, and she said, "Daddy, I have a great idea. Can we name the root beer Llama Root Beer?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a really good name. I'm going to put that on top of the list." And I thought about it, a couple of days, and I was like, absolutely. It kind of fits the the farms theme here, and Little Llama Root Beer was developed, and it'll be a fun, people love root beer. People drive all over this country to find root beer, and we'll make one of the best ones in the market, and we're excited about that as well.
That's awesome. And I know a lot of people, I mean, it's a stone's throw. I try to define, you got signage up and all the stuff up now, but in the early days, everybody's like, where's the location? But I guess if you're using Lilburn point, I mean, it's only a mile or two around the corner from landmark wise for people. How would you define it if someone's listening locally or they're in Gwinnett, someone go, hey, I want to go try that brewery, give them a landmark so where they know what road they're coming down looking for.
Yeah, I think, for people that live, locally, there's all these cut through roads that can get you over here, which is really cool. I'm excited about that. And it's one of the reasons why we picked this location is, we have all these great neighborhoods around here that, on the weekends they get in the car and they drive to other areas, and that's fine. But we want them to come here, and we think they will when they're ready. And we're excited for them to come here. Landmark wise, I think we're on the edge of city of Lilburn. But yeah, we're a couple miles from the old town, Lilburn. And then, we're just, I don't know, 8 or so miles away from Lawrenceville. We're only, 5 or 6 miles from the highway. And then we're, less than a couple miles from all these great neighborhoods that are behind us. So I'm really proud of the location. We're on Lawrenceville Highway, 4098 Lawrenceville Highway. I think we're easy to get to. Once you find us, you won't forget. You'll know where it's at. We are encouraging ride sharing as much as possible. We want people to really enjoy their time here.
Yeah.
And that means trying a few different beers and having a good time. And we think, we are certainly encouraging ride sharing as the primary to and from to this brewery. Again, we just want you to enjoy it to the max and have a good time and be safe about it.
That's right. And, I think you and I were talking at one point, you can try to even make it easy for the rideshare people with a spot up front, or something to encourage that. And certainly there's plenty of parking, but, why take the stress? And I love the fact that we talked about, enjoy your time to the fullest and just relax, enjoy yourself, and Matt, for the, some our audience wouldn't know this, but the ones that do, it's kind of like that feeling of Cheers. If people know your stories and, having fun and kind of know each other's lives, I just think that's going to be you don't have to be some craft beer guru to come in and like myself, to come in and try different things and enjoy the time there. And I just think everybody, especially after this 14 months, is ready to be back together and ready to chill a little bit, not have so much stress, and then. And then, like you said, I think you said, try to shoot later in the year, football will be in the air and there's, hopefully you have the beer garden up. And it gives people different things to do depending on what they like to do. It's a great place to hang out. Yeah.
We think, there's community centers for kids and a lot of sports stuff out there for kids. And we just wanted, an adult family, a place to come visit, share your story for the week and continue conversations that you had a week earlier. I think that's really important and probably not talked about enough is, there's something special about starting a conversation, hanging out, getting to know someone, and then, hey, I'll see you up here next Friday night, and then continue a conversation. That's really special. That's something that we are excited about. And, we have people that grew up, around this area. They'll look out the window and say, oh, that's where the Mrs. Winters used to be or something fun. And I can't tell you how many times just having some investors and some friends in here that those conversations are already happening. Like, oh, because Lawrenceville Highway, I didn't grow up right around here, but Lawrenceville Highway was kind of the main the main artery for malls and shopping and all that stuff. So a lot of people that live here, grew up on this road and
Sure.
really know a lot of the places that used to be here. So and I'm learning some of that. My wife grew up here, and she tells me stories all the time about what was across the street or what was nearby and all that. And it's fun. It's fun to hear it.
Yeah, I used to drive those roads. I wouldn't even think about till right now, but yeah, think of all the things that have been there. So, but I told you I'm geographically challenged. So I had to, once the sign was up, I'm like, wait, there it is. And I think it was only a couple months ago. You're like, how many times do I got to send you the same address? It's like it's the exact same. It hasn't moved. That's on me. I got, but so let's talk about a little bit the city's been I know been a big big help in the corner. And anybody we want to give any shout outs to, been there to help along the way, or any people in particular, your wife or whatever, that, has a lot to bite off. And I know it's not you alone, but you put a lot of sweat equity into this stuff. And I just want to take a second. There's somebody you want to mention.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I think, the city of Lilburn were really big, on helping us get this going. And they deserve some thanks. And we sat and, week after week in the meeting room down there at City Hall and talked through, what can we do, as a brewery, what are the laws, how's it written, they certainly want to bring fun stuff to Lilburn, and they are working towards that, and they should be applauded for that, because a lot of these cities they can say no if they want to,
Yeah.
Or if it's just not something that they are working on, at the moment, and I'm sure they'll eventually get to it, but it's nice when you have a meeting with folks down at City of Lilburn, and they were very, we go to breweries also. We visit them. We know they're fun and they're enjoyable, and we want one here as well. So we're excited. We'll be the first brewery in Lilburn, Georgia, and we'll have that tag for eternity, and we're excited about that, and we thank the City of Lilburn for helping us get this going.
Yeah, well, it's I think it's been a lot of people involved, and it's always good to have so many people excited, invested, and not just telling you why it won't work, but how they can make it possible. And so, like I said, as you inch the football down the field, I think it's the timing. Matt, you're right. I think as vaccinations occur and warm weather comes in here, and whatever the case is, this is going to be opening at a great time. It's just going to flat out open. And again, even the most introverted person in the world is starved for sitting down and just, grabbing a beer, grabbing root beer, just connecting with people. And, the show's community connections. And that was for a reason. I mean, we are made to connect with people. And I don't know about you, but I don't know. I've always gone fast. But last year when everything shut down completely, I was like, oh, wow. I mean, that was a real eye opener. And for you personally, I know that's a pivot point for you starting a business.
Yeah. Even to add to that, a lot of the restaurants we know some have closed, and it's been an unbelievable hardship on the restaurant industry as a whole. And it's well documented at this point, but that's another reason that, we're happy to kind of fill some of that void. Not all the restaurants are going to open back up like we had, a year and a half ago. But this is a place, even though we're not making food here, that we'll have snacks and we'll have some stuff to snack on, and maybe some catering and stuff down the road. But more importantly, it's a place to gather, and restaurants were places to gather, and the fact that we've lost some, we think and hope this brewery kind of fills some of that need of gathering and talking and enjoying and laughing and all those great things. So yeah, we feel like a little bit of a Band-Aid because we've lost so many restaurants, but we do feel like it's important to have these spaces to gather, and the beer garden we're really excited about this fall. We're hoping to get that done and open this fall when the weather changes, and again, music out there and football and just have a great time on the weekends and during the week as well.
So do you know, I was just thinking about this, is the plan like in terms of Friday, Saturday night of how late it's open, or is that established yet?
Yeah, on Fridays and Saturdays, it'll be about 11 o'clock. I believe we have the ability to stay open until midnight, but this is a family spot, and we expect to be kind of around 11 o'clock closing things up, and everyone gets home safely, and our staff gets home safely, and that's the most important thing.
100%.
Yeah, but we'll open. Saturday is going to be a real fun day up here. It's from noon to 11 o'clock at night. I mean, it's going to be an all day, all night type of fun affair. So we're really excited about those Saturdays, and yeah, when football gets started this fall, and music, and just hanging out with your buddies.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, Matt. Is even if someone's they're not a huge craft brewery, or they're female, and they're like, well, I guess it's just a guy's thing. That's really not the case. I mean, it's really where people can show up after something and see their friends. And I remember just from seeing it, you got tables in the front where there's all kinds of opportunities for people, because that's what for those people, if you don't drink beer or whatever, but there's still the opportunity to come down and, like you said, be a community connect last the show, but a community connection point. And like you said, it can't fill all the void, but people like to go somewhere after they've been, and then they see familiar faces, and you can catch up with people really quick. And then, like you said, hey, catch you next week or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't understate how important it is to, continue those conversations. I sometimes refer to it as, when you're in college and you're taking some summer classes, and, it's just a smaller group, everyone goes to the same place, and you get to carry on those conversations, and you get to, again, explore each other, further, deeper, more meaningful, and that's so important when we talk about connection. We live in a society that's becoming less connected, with the internet and all that. And again, technology is fantastic. We use it every day, and I love it. But we do have to take a step back sometimes, and reconnect, and connect with people, and connect with strangers, and that's so important. Emotionally, it's so important.
Oh yeah.
When you don't have it, and a lot of us didn't have it for the last year, and you forget how important it is until it goes away, right?
Right.
And then when we look back on the last year and go, gosh, I miss those connections. I miss sitting next to a stranger and just, oh, where'd you come from? Oh, the football game. Oh, okay, who won? It's just small talk, but it at the end of the night or the next day, it becomes meaningful, and again, emotionally, it makes you feel good. So.
Yeah, I think this is going to be very therapeutic. And I mean, I'm talking about the business around the country, but businesses that are opening to give people this connection spots, because like you said, I mean, I don't know, I don't have the data on it, but I'm pretty sure, restaurants got hit about as hard as you can get hit. I mean, there were other ones too, gyms and other places, but, the hoops that the restaurants have stayed in business that have had to go through have been crazy. And so, I applaud you, Matt, and the team, for working so diligently during an unknown time. It's easy, I guess, when you start getting to the finish line, everybody's saying that's a pretty good idea. I should have done that. But it's a lot more difficult where there's no spot, no thing. You're just sitting by a swimming pool talking about an idea. And so I want to take a second and applaud you and the team for, I mean, you don't have all the answers going in, but it is a lot of, like, that's why I pulled the book out, a lot of persistence to go with that passion.
Yeah, it takes a lot. I mean, it's in all the books, right? When businesses are not successful, it's in the beginning, it's because they never opened, right? They never tried, right? If you can get someone to just try and get it open, that's, percentage wise, there's people smarter than me that know that number, but it's, probably 90% of the businesses, right? They don't even have a chance because they don't get started.
Exactly.
And that's the key here is get it started. People ask all the time, what's next? What are you going to do? And the goal right now is to make this a great place to visit, to hang out, to have, again, friendships and conversations. That's the goal. There is no other goal. And we're focused on that, and we're going to make this a special place. And then, ask me that question 5 years from now, right? There might be a different answer, but right now the goal is to make this a great spot and enjoy people, and we want people to come here, and we have an obligation as owners and staff members to engage our customers, and that's why we have those fun games. They're on free play, so we want the people to play them. They will break once in a while, and we'll get them fixed, and that's just part of putting something on free play. But the goal is to have board games here and really engage our customers. It's not to say you can't come sit here quietly and read a book, because you can absolutely do that too. But we certainly encourage engagement, high engagement, little activities, coloring books, just fun stuff for everybody to do. And that's what makes it a special place in my eyes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think knowing you as a friend and so forth is just letting people know this is going to be a place to see friends and family and unwind and relax in a safe environment and a friendly environment where everybody knows your name. Not. But I mean, in all seriousness, like, it is cool to go somewhere where actually you're a friendly face that go, hey, yeah, I remember seeing you last week, right? And even though Lilburn might be a smaller area, there's people going to drive over, and they either walk into a place the first time and feel welcome, or they don't. It's like the churches I visited over the years. Some of you feel very welcome, and some of you feel like, why are you here? And any organization can be that way. So I think that's important. And well, let's give them, because I know you've got merchandise, some awesome merchandise like your hat and shirts and other stuff people can order. And then, the website's keeping people updated. I know you got a Facebook page, you'd be pushing stuff out on. So, and then I think an email newsletter. So what's the best way we get people to connect, be, up to date with where things are going?
Yeah, we want people to go visit our website. We'll put all the information on there. We'll also use other channels, social media, of course, Facebook. And we will also, we have a newsletter going out this week, and that'll be a good way. So you go on our website, you can sign up for our newsletter. You can go on our website and shop. We have some cool brands that are already, ready. Some cool shirts, some cool hats.
If I get a hat, man, I got a big head. So, I mean, one size fits all lies sometimes. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But what's the website?
Adjustable.
Yeah, adjustable. There you go. Yeah, I was telling somebody with a big head the other day. They said one size fits all. Not so fast, there, hat maker. What's the website? What's the website they go to, Matt?
Yeah, it's blackbirdfarmsbrewery.com. And we had a partner help us build our website, and we really love it. It's really a cool spot, and we expect that to be the, if you're not standing in this space or at the brewery asking us a question, we expect all the information to be available on our website. I know some websites are, some are good, some are great, some are in the middle, but we hope our website has a lot of answers, and you can go there and feel comfortable and again shop. You can read more about me, our story, some of the cool styles of beer that we're going to do, some of the farm stories that are out there, on the beer industry, and those are the things I want to share. So yeah, go on our website and get on our newsletter list. We have a fun Schwenker Club, club or mug club meeting that we're going to do the first Tuesday of every month, and it's almost sold out. We're going to cap it at 100 people, and we're excited about that as well. We think it'll be a fun little group of 100 folks that come out on a Tuesday, and we'll spin the wheel and give away a free shirt and all that fun stuff.
All right, I'm gonna be there. So if I win a hat, you make sure it fits the noggin. All right, it's a promise, right?
Cool. Yeah,
all right, brother. Well, y'all are doing great things. Again, we got Matt Williams, owner of Blackbird Farms Brewery here in Lilburn, set to open within probably mid-May. Just going through the dotting I's and crossing T's and whatever, but going to have an amazing beer, got an amazing root beer, great place for the community and family. And man, we just want to tell you, we appreciate you and appreciate your team and appreciate all the great work we're doing. And we're all excited. I can't wait to be there when it all goes live.
Yeah, we're excited. Since I'm at a brewery, I get to cheers you guys.
There you go. Well, hey, I got my Chick-fil-A water. It's not the same effect, but but Matt's made it fun, and it's you can see the glass there, and it's gonna be a great place. Just knowing the people that are all. Cheers to I got a lemon, so it's a little bit like a beer, but that shows me I'm not brewing, and you are. But all right, man. Well, I'm gonna close this out. Blackbird Farms. Farms, is it plural? Brewery.com?
Farms, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Blackbird Farms Brewery.com.
Okay. And that's on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, Matt, my friend, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming on the Community Connection Show. And we look forward to those doors being open, my friend.
All right. See you in May. Thanks, Ryan.
Yes, sir. Folks, you've been listening to the Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.